Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving into one of the most thrilling topics in numismatics, the 6 most valuable and ultra-rare United States coins ever discovered. These aren't just ordinary pieces of change, they're historic treasures, each with its own unique story, incredible rarity, and astonishing market value. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or someone who simply loves uncovering hidden pieces of American history, this video is going to take you on an exciting journey through some of the most sought-after coins ever struck by the U.S. Mint. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the extraordinary world of rare coins that continue to captivate collectors and investors around the globe. Fine, another deep dive into a shiny piece of metal. At least this one has some personality. Here's your detailed 7-paragraph overview of the most valuable United States $1 coin from 1972. Brace yourself for more information than most people ever wanted about Eisenhower dollars. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar holds a solid place in modern numismatics, mostly because it stands out in a series that isn't exactly overflowing with treasures. Collectors chase this coin for its silver composition, its connection to a short-lived dollar design, and the fact that high-grade proofs from this year can bring in surprisingly strong prices. Compared to the common circulation strikes from Philadelphia and Denver, the San Francisco issues have a refined, almost elegant presence, especially in top condition. That combination of limited availability in premium grades and growing collector interest keeps the coin in steady demand today. The coin arrived during a time when the United States was playing catch-up with its own currency modernization. Minted at the San Francisco Mint, the 1972 dollar was part of the Eisenhower series launched in 1971 to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower and commemorate the Apollo 11 lunar landing. Unlike the base metal circulation strikes, the San Francisco Mint produced 40% silver versions, both in uncirculated and proof format. These coins were sold directly to collectors, reflecting a broader cultural moment in which the space program, national pride, and mid-century leadership remained strong points of public fascination. The design isn't shy about making a statement. The obverse features Frank Gasparo's portrait of Eisenhower, a bold profile that dominates the field. The reverse shows the Apollo 11 insignia, an eagle landing with an olive branch on the lunar surface, Earth rising in the distance. Struck in a 40% silver-clad composition, the coin weighs 24.59 grams with a diameter of 38.1 millimeters, giving it an impressive heft. Proof examples in particular show sharp frosted devices and mirrored fields, and the highest-grade deep cameo proofs are the visual standouts that collectors drool over, even if they pretend otherwise. Rarity for this coin isn't about raw mintage, because the numbers aren't tiny. Roughly 2 million uncirculated 40% silver pieces and over 3 million proofs were produced. The scarcity emerges in condition sensitivity. Absolutely flawless proof strikes graded PR70 deep cameo are genuinely difficult to find, thanks to hairline susceptibility and strike inconsistencies. The combination of fragile mirrored fields and the large planchet means perfect examples are elusive. Uncirculated 1972 silver dollars in MS68 or higher are also tough catches, giving the top grades a premium far beyond what the mintage might suggest. Market value depends entirely on grade and designation. A typical 1972 silver dollar in uncirculated condition lands between $20 and $40. High-grade MS67 pieces can push into the low hundreds. Proofs follow a wider curve. PR69 deep cameo coins usually sell between $40 and $80, but true PR70 deep cameo examples have sold for several thousand at auction. Those are the headline makers, and the reason this coin gets whispered about in collector circles. As demand for ultra-high-grade moderns keeps rising, the best specimens continue to see long-term appreciation. Collectors hunting this coin should rely on certified pieces from reputable grading services, since the grade is everything. When examining raw examples, Focus on mirrored field clarity, cameo contrast, absence of hairlines, and strong edge detail. Proof coins should be stored in non-PVC holders or premium capsules to prevent haze or spotting, both of which can tank value. Buying from trusted dealers, established auction houses, or numismatic organizations is the safest path. With so many mid-grade examples floating around, patience is your best friend when aiming for a top-tier piece. The 1972 S. Eisenhower dollar earns its place in the modern collecting world thanks to its mixture of historical resonance, powerful design, silver content, and the fierce competition around the highest grades. For new collectors, it offers an accessible entry point into the Eisenhower series, while experienced numismatists appreciate the challenge of capturing flawless proofs or premium strikes. As the market continues to reward quality over quantity, the finest examples of this coin should remain desirable for years to come, keeping the 1972 S firmly planted among the highlights of 20th-century American dollar issues. If you have another coin to dissect, go ahead and toss it at me. I'll pretend I wasn't already expecting it. Next up in the most valuable and sought-after United States $1 coin, dated 1974, belongs to the Eisenhower dollar series, a modern yet historically important chapter in American numismatics. While most 1974 Eisenhower dollars circulate with modest value, a small number of extraordinary varieties and experimental issues have elevated this date to special status among collectors. The coin's connection to President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the Apollo space program, and a period of major change in U.S. coinage makes it particularly appealing. In high-grade or rare experimental forms, the 1974 dollar has become one of the most desirable modern-era U.S. coins, commanding strong and consistent demand in today's collector market. The Eisenhower dollar was minted from 1971 to 1978, created to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower shortly after his death and to commemorate the Apollo 11 moon landing. The 1974 issue was struck during a time when the U.S. Mint was actively experimenting with coinage materials and responding to rising metal costs. Regular production took place at the Philadelphia No Mint Mark and Denver D Mint Mark mints, while proof versions were produced in San Francisco S Mint Mark. Most significantly, 1974 is associated with a rare experimental aluminum dollar, struck as a test to evaluate lightweight alternatives for circulating coinage, an experiment that was ultimately abandoned but left behind one of the most valuable modern U.S. dollar coins. The standard 1974 Eisenhower dollar features Frank Gasparo's bold portrait of Eisenhower on the obverse, with strong presidential detail, and the motto, "In God We Trust." The reverse depicts an eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, directly inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia. Regular issues were struck in copper-nickel clad, weighing 22.68 grams and measuring 38.1 mm in diameter. What elevates the rare 1974 experimental aluminum dollar is its dramatically lighter weight, pale silvery appearance, and distinctive metallic tone, features that immediately separate it from standard issues and make it a technical and historical outlier in U.S. coinage. Most 1974 Eisenhower dollars were minted in large numbers and are readily available in circulated condition. However, rarity emerges in specific varieties and conditions, especially high-grade mint state, MS-67 and above, examples and proof coins with deep cameo contrast. The crown jewel of the date is the 1974D aluminum Eisenhower dollar pattern, of which only a very small number are known to exist. These were never officially released, and surviving examples are tightly held by advanced collectors and institutions. Because rarity and condition are the two strongest drivers of value, certified examples in pristine condition dramatically outperform average circulated pi. In the current numismatic market, standard 1974 Eisenhower dollars typically range from $1 to $20, depending on condition, High-grade mint state examples, MS-66, MS-67, can sell for $500 to over $2,000, while premium proof examples may reach similar levels. The legendary 1974 D aluminum Eisenhower dollar, however, stands in a completely different category. When one appears in a major auction, it has realized prices well into the six-figure range, often exceeding $250,000, reflecting its experimental status, extreme rarity, and importance in U.S. mint history. These values are supported by documented auction records rather than speculation. Collectors interested in 1974 Eisenhower dollars should focus on condition, originality, and certification. Coins graded by reputable services such as PCGS or NGC provide assurance of authenticity and grade accuracy. For standard issues, seek sharply struck examples with clean fields and minimal contact marks. Proof coins should display strong cameo contrast and mirror-like surfaces. Proper storage, using inert holders and controlled environments, is essential to preserve value. Advanced collectors pursuing rare varieties should rely on established auction houses and trusted numismatic dealers, as experimental issues are frequently targeted by counterfeiters. The 1974 United States $1 coin stands as a compelling example of how modern coinage can achieve exceptional value through rarity, history, and experimentation. While most examples remain accessible to entry-level collectors, the rarest varieties, especially the aluminum pattern, represent the pinnacle of Eisenhower dollar collecting. Combining presidential legacy, space-age symbolism, and minting innovation, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar appeals to both historians and investors alike. Its enduring demand and documented auction performance ensure that it remains a respected and potentially rewarding piece in the world of modern U.S. numismatics. Next up when discussing the most valuable and expensive United States $1 coins associated with the year 1978, numismatists are not referring to a regular circulation issue, but rather to a small group of experimental and patterned Susan B. Anthony dollars produced in that year. These coins occupy a unique and prestigious place in American numismatics because they represent the transition between the Eisenhower dollar series and the modern small-size dollar. Although the Susan B. Anthony dollar would officially enter circulation in 1979, the 1978 pattern and experimental strikes are among the most sought-after modern U.S. dollar coins today. Their extreme rarity, historical importance, and connection to a major design change make them highly desirable to advanced collectors, museums, and serious investors, driving significant market demand. The year 1978 was a critical moment for the U.S. Mint, as it prepared to replace the large Eisenhower dollar with a smaller, more practical coin suitable for everyday use. Rising metal costs, public resistance to bulky dollar coins, and the need for compatibility with vending machines pushed the Mint to develop a new format. During this period, experimental and pattern dollars dated 1978 were struck, primarily at the Philadelphia Mint, to test designs, planchets, rims, and production techniques. These coins were never intended for public circulation and were instead used internally or presented to officials. They commemorate not a historical figure directly, but a turning point in U.S. coinage policy, paving the way for the Susan B. Anthony dollar honoring the pioneering women's rights leader. The most valuable 1978 $1 coins are typically Susan B. Anthony dollar patterns, many of which feature subtle but important design and technical differences from the 1979 circulation issues. The obverse bears the portrait of Susan B. Anthony, designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, while the reverse displays the Apollo 11 Eagle landing on the moon, adapted from the Eisenhower dollar. Unique features may include different rim widths, experimental alloys, sharper strikes, or prototype finishes. These pattern coins match the small-sized dollar format, 26, 5 min diameter and copper-nickel clad, but often exhibit superior detail and craftsmanship, especially in specimen or proof-like condition. Rarity is the defining factor behind the immense value of 1978 $1 coins. Unlike circulation strikes, these pattern pieces were produced in extremely limited quantities, often estimated at fewer than 20 examples per variety, and sometimes only a handful are known to exist. Many reside in institutional collections, leaving very few available to private collectors. Condition plays a crucial role. Coins graded SB specimen or PR proof by major grading services command dramatically higher prices. Even minor surface marks can significantly affect value due to the elite nature of this material. The combination of microscopic mintage and high demand places these coins among the rarest modern U.S. dollars. The market value of a genuine 1978 Susan B. Anthony dollar pattern is substantial. Depending on the specific Judd variety, composition, and grade, prices generally range from $25,000 to over $100,000, with exceptional examples occasionally exceeding this level at major auctions. Coins certified by PCGS or NGC consistently achieve the strongest results, particularly those with documented provenance. Market trends show steady appreciation, fueled by growing interest in modern patterns, women-themed coinage, and transitional U.S. issues. Unlike speculative modern rarities, these values are grounded in true scarcity and long-established collector demand. Collectors interested in 1978 $1 coins should proceed with caution and diligence. Authentication and third-party certification are absolutely essential, as pattern coins are frequently misunderstood or misrepresented. Buyers should study Judd reference numbers, auction archives, and grading population reports to understand what legitimate examples look like. Storage should be museum-grade, using inert holders and controlled environments to preserve surfaces. Acquisition is best pursued through major auction houses, established numismatic dealers, or respected numismatic societies, as these coins rarely appear in casual markets or private listing. In summary, the most valuable United States $1 coins associated with 1978 are not ordinary circulation pieces, but rare Susan B. Anthony dollar patterns that mark a pivotal evolution in American coinage. Their historical significance, experimental nature, refined design, and extreme rarity elevate them far beyond typical modern coins. For collectors, these dollars represent a fusion of history, artistry, and investment potential, appealing equally to specialists in modern U.S. patterns and to those building elite collections. As awareness and appreciation of transitional coinage continue to grow, the 1978 $1 patterns remain enduring symbols of innovation and lasting value in modern numismatics. Next up in the among United States $1 coins dated 1977, the most expensive and desirable examples belong to the Eisenhower dollar series, specifically the highest grade circulation strikes and the scarce 1977 silver-proof varieties. Although 1977 Eisenhower dollars are often remembered as late-series coins produced in large numbers, elite survivors in exceptional condition have become important numismatic prizes. Collectors are drawn to these coins because they represent the final full years of the large-sized U.S. dollar, a format that ended shortly afterward with the introduction of the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar. Today, demand is strongest for coins that combine historical relevance, pristine preservation, and recognized rarity, placing select 1977 Eisenhower dollars among the most valuable $1 issues of their year. The Eisenhower dollar was introduced in 1971 to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower and to commemorate the Apollo 11 moon landing, symbolizing American leadership both on Earth and in space. By 1977, the series was nearing its conclusion, as the U.S. Mint prepared to move away from the large dollar format due to public resistance and practicality concerns. Coins dated 1977 were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the Denver Mint D, and the San Francisco Mint S. While Philadelphia and Denver coins were produced for circulation, San Francisco focused on proof issues for collectors, including special 40% silver proofs sold in collector packaging. These late-series issues reflect a transitional period in U.S. coinage history, making them culturally and historically significant. The 1977 Eisenhower dollar features a bold and instantly recognizable design. The obverse, created by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, displays a strong, left-facing portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower with crisp lettering and a commanding presence. The reverse depicts an eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, with Earth visible in the background, directly inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia. Circulation strikes are composed of copper-nickel clad, while the premium San Francisco proofs contain 40% silver, weighing 24.59 grams and measuring 38.1 mm in diameter. In high-grade or proof condition, details such as Eisenhower's hairlines, the eagle's feathers, and the moon's surface appear sharply defined, elevating the coin aesthetic appeal. While millions of 1977 Eisenhower dollars were minted, true rarity emerges at the top end of the grading scale. Coins graded MS-67 and higher by major grading services such as PCGS or NGC are exceptionally scarce, particularly for the 1977 D issue, where weak strikes and bag marks are common. Even more desirable is the 1977 S Silver Proof Type 2, distinguished by a clearer, bolder S mint mark compared to the more common Type 1. This subtle variety is significantly scarcer and highly sought after by advanced collectors. Condition is critical. Flawless surfaces, strong strikes, and minimal imperfections dramatically increase a coin's desirability and value. In today's numismatic market, values for 1977 Eisenhower dollars vary widely based on condition and variety. Circulated examples typically trade near face value, but uncirculated MS-65 coins often sell for $25.75. At the high end, MS-67 or MS-67 plus examples, especially from Denver, can command $2,000 to $6,000 or more at auction, depending on eye appeal and certification. The 1977 S Silver Proof Type 2 generally ranges from $300 to $1,000+, with top-graded specimens achieving even higher prices. These values are supported by auction records and reflect steady demand rather than speculation, making them realistic indicators of the coin's worth. Collectors seeking the most valuable 1977 Eisenhower dollar should prioritize certified examples from reputable grading services to ensure authenticity and accurate grading. When examining raw coins, look closely for sharp details, clean fields, and minimal contact marks, especially on Eisenhower's cheek and in the open fields of the reverse. Proper storage is essential. Coins should be kept in inert holders, away from humidity and temperature extremes, to preserve their surfaces. Acquiring these coins through established dealers, major auctions, or respected numismatic communities reduces risk and increases the likelihood of securing a high-quality specimen. The most valuable 1977 United States $1 coins stand out not because of flashy myths, but because of their genuine combination of history, artistry, and scarcity in top condition. High-grade circulation strikes and the 1977 S Silver Proof Type 2 represent the pinnacle of this year's Eisenhower dollar production. They embody the final chapter of America's large dollar era while honoring a president and a defining moment in space exploration. For both new and seasoned collectors, these coins offer enduring appeal, historical depth, and solid long-term potential, firmly securing their place in modern U.S. numismatics.